versus ONIC Rise, draft already complete. 3 speedsters locked in, Paper Rex only having 1, but that one is the Leafeon.
We are seeing the Buzz Wall, which has been a pretty good counter to these
action-packed battles. But
like
we're taking a
there might
short
be
break,
some
and after
awkwardness
that, we're back with Pokemon Unite
against Masquerada.
action.
I'm not sure I've seen that matchup very much, if I'm being honest. Masquerada has weird, unique matchups.
How do you feel about Amp Masquerada?
Love it.
Yeah,
I love it on this Pokemon. There was a time when its Unite move was even better, and it was kind of a crazier thing that you could run, but it's still really good. It has a very strong Unite move.
Totally agree.
And you're able to charge it just very fast. I guess there is a question as to what kind of Meowscarada we are going to see in this match. Given that they have Buzzwole, it feels like you can't play Night/Trailblaze. It's just, you can't be near it that long, right? You have to kind of have more of a hit and run style, so I'm guessing we're going to see Flower Trick coming in here.
All right, I'm not complaining about that.
No, me neither, I love it.
Pump Fake Gyarados ban, by the way, pretty interesting, obviously targeted ban, right?
Yeah.
They're technically within the same sub-region, so they definitely know each other, but that's still definitely very uncommon bans, I would say, for this weekend.
Yeah, that's true.
Paper Rex banning the Zeraora. Interesting. I mean, this Pokemon's had a weekend already.
Yep.
Great.
I totally get the ban on that. It just feels like it's like one level below some of the other bans you usually see, but I mean, it can be a game winner for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have a player that wants to play it, it would be great to deny that for sure.
Will-O-Wisp getting some secures from Aluna in the early game. You know, Phantup not really lauded for its incredible early game, but sometimes, every now and then, we see a big early swing.
Nice little Night Slash combination. Takes it down to about half. Getting some healing as they move up towards the burst here. 4 members of Paper Rex. They're moving in, but not far enough to get the extra Razor Leaf damage.
Yeah, it's interesting. ONIC Rise probably doesn't have the firepower to get it some knockouts on that push, but the same is true on the other side for Paper X's early game. It won't have enough to really clear space to get some scores. So, bit of a stalemate in the top side. Bottom path, though, Trevenant going to be taking a lot of really damage with Axe Q helping out at range with that Mewtwo Y. They're going to be just fine taking some early pokes.
I gotta say, I feel like Mewtwo Y has just been such a good pick in every game. You know, even if the teams are not winning, it feels like Mewtwo Y is not the reason. This thing is really great.
Yeah, it's such a safe pick. Like, the damage numbers you have are fine. It is so tough to KO that Pokemon. It's easy to be at range. It just doesn't have closing power. So it's like the only thing you need to solve in your draft when you're putting that Pokemon on the roster. But as long as teams are doing that, they should be in a good situation.
Yeah, I mean, having 2 eject buttons on a 10-second cooldown or something like that is pretty absurd. It's easy to get away. You have a move that makes you unstoppable, a global Unite move, and you can chip with tons of damage to your auto. Really solid Pokemon.
Yang on Helping Hand Safeguard Blissey, by the way.
Yep.
I mean, not a lot of Pokemon going to benefit from the auto attack speed.
Yeah.
Potentially Buzzwole or Leafeon in some niche scenarios, but otherwise, not a lot. With the Unite move. Yeah.
I mean, even without Unite move, it's not like Unite does no damage. You're not trying to do that. You want to put time.
I mean, yeah, you're not going to a ton maybe out of the attack speed, but the move speed I think could be really valuable, especially for something like Buzzwole, because sometimes you just need that little extra bit to close the gap, you know, so you can actually get a grab.
Well, maybe it's Flail Axe. How about that? Didn't think about that strategy. Flail Axe Helping Hand. Yeah, come on.
Okay, my bad. Get those LG boys back in here.
I'll
walk on out.
Oh, you can get out of here.
That would be fun, though. I will be honest. That would have been really fun back in like pre-nerf, right? Like when we saw really broken Flail Axe. That was a pretty fun time, if I'm being honest.
I think Flail Axe is still pretty good.
I agree. I think it's
a very strong pick, but competitively it feels like the safer option, maybe just a little too good to ignore. Masquerada with a pretty huge knockout. Phantom Force trick combos there, but just gets outlasted.
Yeah, I mean, I think what HT was trying to do is just trying to make sure the Regieleki breaks.
Yeah.
Rather than have him get a big over, so he just threw his body out there.
No, makes sense.
For what it's worth, he was successful if that was truly the goal.
Right.
If he was making a miracle play, I think you're looking a little too far out in the stars for that.
Doomsdays doesn't give the benefit of the doubt to a lot of players, so this is big. This is a big moment. I like it. Oh,
Ooh,
nothing on Leaf.
close. They knew, but
Yeah.
they didn't know.
Just for confirmation, it's heavy slam, yawn. There's been a good amount of yawn today.
We have, you know, block feels like it could be the popular choice, but no, a lot of teams deciding to pick up yawn.
Definitely like a two good option situation, right?
Yes. Block is massive, the shield is huge, but at the same time, yawn sets up big plays. You know, you catch someone with a yawn, a snipe shot is going to hit true every single time unless you're aiming it poorly. You get a multiple player yawn on the enemy side, you can jump in with Leafy on Unite. I mean, there are a lot of great options.
You can do like Buzzwole dunk into yawn, into snipe shot, and it's just like you're just comboed forever. It's over. It's infinite.
It's kind of funny to think about the state of the Snorlax moves. It's genuinely like, Yawn
Ladies
feels
and
the more
gentlemen, all
teamwork
players
oriented
alike, we
move
are
of
once
the
again
two.
back
Because
in
often you're just
the
using block for that additional shield that you get, and then you just immediately cancel it and walk away.
And with me
It's kind of funny to
is
consider that being the
also
scenario.
known as
Ooh,
Yolo.
big
So,
rotation.
man, what's up?
What's up? They're kind of backing up for Paper Rex. Okay, great game.
Oh,
A power nap secure.
Yeah,
the
that-
rare power nap secure.
very surprising that they were able to get that. Like,
I feel like that usually happens when you're trying to power nap to stop the other securers, and then they burn it a little bit faster than you expected, and then they have less time. It's rare, obviously, but I do feel like that's usually the case because it's so good at stopping other securers, right?
Yeah. A very mini Blastoise scenario.
Yeah. 2-1? A smaller, thank you.
Run.
And the fact that it was all of them were close. I know you guys were hyped. I was watching behind the scenes as well.
Red Lucky being completely ignored.
That could have been, as I mentioned, that could have been. The
Yeah,
grand final
interesting. Both
already.
these teams
Yeah.
instead
They
just
won
wanted
what it's like.
to bout
You know what I
in the
mean?
middle a little bit.
I said it earlier, there's a lot of just fighting in the center area in these Asian regions. It's really interesting. It happens a lot. Like I said, I think it's because they rotate a lot and they run into each other, but they just end up actually taking the fights in the center.
They'll ignore a lot of just like free XP too. Like we've left the top farm up for a long time in this matchup right now, but instead we're trying to play for that middle experience, play for the objective. Anything contestable, that's priority number one. Especially for ONIC Rise right now.
It's a PvP game, not a PvE game. That's their, that's their saying.
Okay, so Eeyore 13, that's Night Slash. Yes?
Eeyore 13, sorry.
Absol level 13, that's Night Slash.
Oh, yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it was that move slot.
Oh, wait, is it? Is it?
I actually don't.
Plus?
It might be Psycho Cut Plus.
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah. That's always that weird. I always forget that.
that's what we're
it's
talking
a
about.
weird one.
It's yes, we all know
It's
for a fact that
something bizarre,
these,
like slow.
players, like 1-2 players in the team are really strong.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping you
But
knew, because I
have to
certainly don't.
control
I remember it being a weird one. I think we've looked up this exact move on broadcast before.
Yeah.
Because we had that.
Love the website.
More. And if you focus, as you mentioned, focus just 1-2 players, well, that's it.
Oh man, that sucks.
But with that being said,
Oh, all right. ONIC Rise is getting away with a bit of a
into the
robbery
next game.
here in that
Solo
scenario.
was just a smidge too early.
No, they sound like.
I mean,
It
I guess they
increases Absol's move speed by 20% if you're near a debuffed enemy. So it is speed based.
Okay.
It's increased Absol speed.
So it's like,
It's an odd one,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I guess you'll close the gap faster.
Yeah.
So you hit
We have one
positioning
for
Ignite better, hit
the
with your
main
Night
stage,
Slash
but of course
better.
we also have one for the sub stage.
one double team baiting out,
stage
snipe shots.
Ooh,
nice engage, Revenant.
Oh, the Blue Unite.
Snorlax Unite. Keep it pretty healthy. Oh, meow!
Yeah, it doesn't recall, instead goes through the Hoopa portal?
Yeah.
Okay.
The recall. They had to disengage from the chase. We do have an Absolute Unite still.
That's Leafy on Unite. That's pretty big. Like whoever they target with that might be a game changer here.
Avoiding,
So close, 165 to 54 with a minute left.
yeah, avoiding these snipe shots is just the most important thing for ONIC Rise right now, so they have to play so safe and out of the way. Challenging spot, but as long as the Luna's there to enable some of these moments, that's huge.
Nice.
Psycho cut debuff onto a couple.
Oh, no!
Eeyore goes wide on that Unite move, and now Leafeon's able to capitalize.
I mean, they still have threats up. It's not over, but yeah.
They don't need to score much, by the way.
I mean, we have.
Oh, yeah. Wow,
It's
I
so
haven't
close.
checked the score in a minute. Yeah, it's
in
an
case
extremely
that
close
actually
game.
happens,
I don't know if they know who's winning.
We
So
just
it's like that close,
deliver
right?
guys the news about it. You know,
Oh,
tell
it's
you what's
slightly
gonna
over
happen.
10. I
as
think they keep
watching.
Oh, yeah,
right.
Right.
But with that being said, though,
No, Rex got it.
and,
Yeah, Paper Rex, Blissey,
Tokyo are now getting ready.
secure
Wow.
yet again.
Japan versus mainland China.
Yang picking that one up,
But same
most
time,
likely
like,
with just a really good old
what
auto
I say
attack.
here, you know, like I
Not gonna
They can't stop him top,
You guys have casted, you
Gonna
have
put him
games,
up.
right?
All right,
The
Paper
setup has
Rex.
been
Wow.
quite
Really,
quicker
really
than,
strong in
you
that
know,
match,
first half of the
honestly.
day.
And Paper Rex was
So,
went 0-2.
Really?
And
It was quicker.
Who'd they run into?
So
Nagoya, right?
Yes, yeah.
It was
Okay.
It was
what
so I'm
is
expecting
ONIC
that
Rise-
everything goes
what
well
has ONIC
now,
Rise
and
played
we
so
can head
far?
straight to the game. You know what I mean?
They played
Lithium Dream Factory.
Yeah.
and who else? They would have had to play one more.
They would have only played one game so far.
Oh, this is only the
Draft,
The
let's go.
fourth of the last 4
ONIC
games
Rise,
of the
Paper
day.
Rex.
It is going to be Utopia versus.
Huge shout outs to production, by the way, getting us to like really being on top of like switching back and forth
Yes.
between these matches.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, they've been crushing it. I hope all of you at home are enjoying the rapid amount of games we're getting, because truly you can't be upset about a shortage of games. We're getting a ton.
Yeah, you and I talked for like an hour and a half just by ourselves earlier, so we had to make up for it. No more talking for these.
Exactly, exactly.
They also got to keep us busy so we don't heist the trophy.
Yeah,
Good
they can't
strategy.
stop.
Paper Rex with our final ban right here. We got the Comfey, Buzzwole, Leafeon, and Sarah.
Oh, all right. Well, fame and fortune only last so long, I suppose. You get picked too many times, you start catching bans. Zero Aura, maybe that trend will continue. Another first pick of the Hoopa in this matchup. ONIC Rise, the one going to be locking it in.
This set of bans from ONIC Rise, that's like, I'm trying to think of when it was. It was like May 2023, right? It's like the level those bans are.
Also,
I'm
the
sorry,
main attacker
2024,
here
right?
definitely.
Yeah. Whatever years are, I don't know. But there was definitely a time where that was like a really common.
You're
like,
you're
ban.
fully right. Yes,
Yeah.
that was a thing.
Comfey,
And
Buzzwole,
of course,
get
Zero
them
Aura.
out.
Both of those Pokemon are really squishy. That's why they are going
You see
to
why?
need
You love
a
it?
lot to rely on the view.
It's just doing so well, and it feels like it's never a bad call. You know, a lot of other Pokemon, there are times where you think this is a weird one. Whoa, Lapras, that is a very weird
Oh,
one.
very weird one.
I don't know. The first Lapras we've seen all day, obviously.
Yeah. A defender with kind of the natural inclination to defend against burst damage, but the passive, as strong as it is, it's not that strong.
Right,
That's
I
where
agree.
absolutely, especially with like damage over, well, not really damage over time, but a front to back strategy of U2I. It's a challenge. Paper X feeling pretty good about this draft so far, I think.
It's the first
I know I'm
fight
gonna regret
so
saying this, but have we
definitely
seen every defender?
that ability?
No, no Goodra.
I always, you know, I always forget that Guja's a defender. If I'm being honest, it's so all around.
Sorry, I don't know if I've seen
Ho-Oh. Did you see
Oh, Ho-Oh, no.
I've not seen Ho-Oh.
That's right. I forgot about Ho-Oh as well.
Not to say it wasn't an option, one of the B stages. Who knows about that?
I didn't tell you I was gonna sound like an idiot, but
Yeah.
Armor Rouge, that's new as well.
Yeah. You've got to assume if we're playing Armarouge,
A gutter pick duck.
Yeah, crazy.
What is happening?
Hey, finally a defender Psyduck option. I think we've been seeing so much support Psyduck, so seeing a more tank-based duck is going to be kind of fun.
feels like a brawling Armarouge, right? Feels like Fire Spin. I could be wrong.
Yeah, going like ranged on top of already having the Inteleon, plus like your Hoopa's got a little bit of range.
And
Feels
your,
like
and
that's
your only
pretty
front line's a Lapras, so it's gonna be it's gonna be hard to be our
Why? Like, I don't understand picking Lapras there. Like, if you want Lapras, fine, but why not?
But you know, it's only really game.
Maybe they're trying to hide Serena, I
Well, like I
guess.
said, just choose Tank Duck instead, right? Like, what's the? Why not do that? Maybe is Lapras good against Absol because it doesn't get chunked quite as much as the passive? Is that like the idea
That's
here?
the hope, I think.
Yeah, Shell Armor is the passive. I think that's what they're thinking. As Zoinks mentioned before, I don't know if it's going to take down big impact.
Yeah, it's like in theory, I think it'll happen.
Yeah.
it'll
Yeah.
be frequent, but I don't know if it's enough to justify that selection.
One way to find out.
Yeah, I know. We head to our next game.
So I completely agree with the fire spin option. What do we think's the secondary for Armor?
Side shot. Yeah, sure. But I do think there's a reality where we see Armor and side shot here. You can play it with a curse item. You know, you're doing a lot of annoying damage. But they're heading to the center, which feels like it has to be fire spin.
Yeah. Yeah, did forget that those are in the same slot. But no flame charge believer from you?
I think Flame Charge is a cool move, but Side Shock is so good, it does damage that ignores special defense, and it knocks up in like kind of a crazy way. The range is pretty dang solid, very fast. I think that's probably what they'll play.
I think you, again, then you're really like committing to being up close as well. That just feels like, I don't know. I don't know if you want to commit fully either direction. I don't know, I could be wrong. It's always hard. I always get wrong with choose on Armor.
It goes to show really that this is
Or
the kind
anybody
of game
else,
that they're playing. I mean,
I think the trick is
just
whenever
like
you guess
Google, like
something,
season
whenever you
0,
make a
season 1
prediction,
kind of
the
Pokemon,
world wants you to
where
win.
unfortunately for them, this doesn't really work
It's
out
unfair,
a lot
but it's just, it's the
in
caster
current meta.
curse.
I've lost more
With
coin
that
hide
being said,
predictions than I
we're
can
gonna
count.
see here Slime gonna be able to take down Aurora in 1-1, perhaps still.
Nice. Yeah, Armor feels like such a good pick in ME2I. You constantly proccing that passive. Anytime you're taking that special attack damage, boosting up your own, feels fantastic.
102 to 21 is going to be certainly fine for your favorite Insomnia.
Yeah,
Insomnia definitely has to
Gotta watch out for
off
this
the
pursuit.
game.
What an astonish, by the way. To catch 4?
They could have turned around, honestly, and they might have been able to like catch a KO right there. That was huge. I don't think anybody expected that. But really beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
Just some dropping microphones everywhere. We were so close to making that a clean exchange. But it's okay. We're just not going to have any more microphones.
If he needs it, he'll come back for it.
Yeah.
or he won't. It's just happened.
Yeah, he won't come back in. Who knows? Who knows? Okay. First solid in-game of the match. I was going to be having that first burst. Surf
Good bounce.
giving up some spins. Yeah.
Great bounce. This to me feels like
6 minutes in the game.
And paper.
a draft screen
4 minutes into
differential.
the game, 6 minutes right now. And
Whenever you get a side up fifth pick, it feels like a pretty strong draft screen differential.
really struggling right now.
what is
Defenders struggles against
Yeah, I really do love the Armor Rouge. I mean, we got to be sold in the Lapras still. It is Water Pulse. We don't know the other moveset of the Lapras yet.
We can hear you.
Okay, and we have it on a little pad.
Your microphone is on.
Your mic's on.
Yeah, whatever.
They'll get it fixed up. It's fine.
But yeah, I agree. I mean, every single pick on the side of Paper X is ridiculously strong, right? And I kind of feel like maybe if you're going something saucy like the Armor Rouge or like the Lapras, you kind of just go one song.
The Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Okay. A little bit more stun availability. It's not exactly synergistic with your Unite move like Ice Beam is, but hey, still a solid option. Regieleki is going to break that goal zone. A solid 19-point overdunk, though, with that objective. Solid still.
This is looking to be a little bit of a runaway game right now. I mean,
Yeah.
great choice to start to be aggressive as well, Paper X. Make sure they can take everything they possibly can. They've got a lot of experience with the air side that's not being used at the moment, but they just can't get past their wall, so it doesn't really matter. Like, they're like, yeah, we'll save that for ourselves for late.
ONIC has some Unite moves to work with now. We got the Inteleon Unite, we got Armor Rouge, Serena just unlocked theirs as well, so finally having a few options. Trick Hoopa starting to get to work as well. You can see that Serena with the Grassy Glide triple axle combo getting yoinked right out.
In favor of Insomnia, and just like that,
Accurate sound effect.
man,
Yeah.
Slime here is on a roll. Slime
The folio work.
against that take down 2 KOs in the process.
Bounce.
And look
Balance from Tall Grass. Name a more, what is the more iconic duo? There you go. Yeah. But truly, though, you're suddenly. Oh my goodness.
Nice Psycho Boom. Honestly, hits almost every single target. Lapras Unite going to get the knockout, but Bliss Assistance is kind of the soft counter in that scenario in the back line. Absolute Unite is too much for the Armors to deal with, and Eeyore's going to go down. So trades on both sides, no ground really gained from either angle, but honestly, I feel like we're going to be favoring Paper X, which is a great response after losing a couple of members.
Yeah, I mean, that was a solid attempt by Eeyore to try to make some magic happen. Right? Stepping up.
Yeah, Psycho Boom lands on 4 targets and then the snipe shot there to finish. It was a really nice combo play. And I mean, if you're going to be running double attacker, you need to be lining up a lot of those.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if Yang was just a split second slower, they'd probably get the Absol there.
Yeah.
That's really what kept them going. So, I mean, tried to take an opportunity. That's a quality knockout, too, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is certainly not over. I mean, levels are looking pretty even.
Yeah.
One lead isn't huge now, either. I mean, it was looking big, but the numbers aren't that huge.
Yeah. It's about to change likely, right? So, well, only 12 points. Really small overdone. Yeah, I think ONIC just really wanted to rotate quickly to stop this Regieleki, so they make some quick decisions. I don't know about that one on that tier 1 though.
Honestly, like if you're behind, like, you know, if you could have been behind by 40 and now you're behind by 50 or like 30 to 50, it's not the biggest deal in the world, I think, because you still need to get one more big hit somewhere. So maybe that was their idea. They just want to stay on pace.
Those frames on the scores helped a ton.
The hoop of beam going through like 3 people. You know, they just jump over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, again, another one of these weird trades in terms of team fights between these teams. A lot of Unite moves, a lot of damage thrown both directions, but everybody's able to walk away for the most part. I think 1 KO on the ONIC Rise side, but other than that, these teams just kind of retreating, regrouping, and trying to join another one of these fights. But yeah, what a weird situation again.
Yeah, just everybody lose all your resources. Yeah, nothing happens. All right. Get out of here.
We'll see you next time.
It feels like they've been giving us little teases of what their team is going to look like. And now they're going to give us the main course here. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe they won't. Maybe somebody will mess up really badly. But
trying to push down the damage, trying to poke down some damage.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Insomnia, they know for a fact that they do not need the replays.
Thank you.
It's just defend this, and they have 100.
That was the second.
Well,
we're going to have a here's segment. It's going to be walk away and everybody can still hear. 2 minutes, 45 seconds. We are going to have both objectives spawn in takeable time for sure. Obviously, it seems like there's plenty of ONIC Rise down in the basement Reggie, but Paper X, that's actually pretty scary. If they can go up there and take that Regieleki and then push in more points, then they might have one of those leads where it like changes how you play the final fight.
Yeah. It gets scary with no Hoopa bail out like situations to actually try to backcap with this, but it is still a whole lot of points that is being threatened on that tier 2. You can see ONIC trying to play around the Rayquaza pit extremely early. It's a lot of poke damage on a Mewtwo Y. We're going to have to see a bit of a recall for Solo. Great positioning one by ONIC I think they're in good position.
Yeah, I like sending in here. We got to get back and ready, though.
Yeah. ONIC Rise, I mean, you got an opportunity, but yeah, good work for Paper X, making sure that a rip is still really scary.
ONIC Rise, I think you need to move that exact moment. Like, you have to be ready to take a 5v4 in some aspect, but they just weren't in a position to maybe. And look at this, this could be a huge flank. I mean, you look at it, he catches him, but oh no, you flanked it yourself!
Great cover by the
Watching the Unite move is huge too. I would have nervously hit that button.
Yeah, 100%. I'm hitting that button. A really scary spot to be in. Jeez.
We could have seen them burn down and go for the flip. They obviously don't want to flip, but I'm just saying, like, they're showing a lot of self-control at this moment.
We are sandbagging a lot of Unites right now.
We were using them a lot fast and loose earlier. Now we're locked down on those Unites.
I just realized it's only a minute left. Like, you got to do something. It's starting to get too long. Look, they're giving another opportunity for the flank. That's a scary one, too. They're going to catch as well.
Great jump on Axiom. Great Mewtwo Unite.
Yeah. Mewtwo Y Unite, and I think Phil Stinger a little bit too long range to even land there as well. So scary. ONIC Rise is going to be feeling just fine about the scenario, though. They got well, maybe not. They got Zaruna and Lapras up, but Paper Rex still is feeling fine in this spot.
Yeah, one of these teams.
Yeah.
And all of that, we still have a Bliss assistance in pocket.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing available for ONIC Rise. That's so tough. I mean, I don't even, yeah, they really needed something here. They're going to try this. They're not really getting burned down for trying to burn this. Surprising. Finally, they're starting to get hit. The Lapras is actually staying very tanky in here. They could flip it with the Lapras, and they're really lucky, but no.
Yeah, Paper Rex snagged it.
Again.
They're blissing here.
70k damage as well.
Always. Yeah, Yang locking it down with the Blissey. ONIC Rise will put in 100 points at the midnight hour, but I don't think it will be enough. Gyarados scoring the other direction. Paper X be taking down ONIC Rise 2-0.
Interesting groups.
Yeah, now this group's all a bit of a toss-up as well, right?
Yeah, this one could certainly come down to a tie.
You can go 3-way tie in 2-0.